Top of the morning, everyone. What's up, everybody? This your boy, the average nobody. You know us, broadcasting out of St. Louis, Missouri on At You TV. It's the average nobody. What's going on with everybody? You know me. I ain't gonna keep you long, but I do got a few things I want to touch bases with y'all about. So, one of the things is, I have been checking out the thing with the chick Fanni Willis, the prosecutor that's handling the Georgia case against Trump. So, recently Trump people filed some documentation about Fanni Willis and the special prosecutor she hired, this guy named Wade. Let me get his name right. I don't want to disrespect that man, but Nathan Wade is his name. So, come to find out, Willis and Wade having a romantic relationship. Everybody knew about that, in a sense, But the documents that she filed against that is that, that had nothing to do with him being hired, for one thing. And the other thing, she wasn't involved with him when he was in his divorce situation. They wasn't even messing with each other back then. So, but it is kind of fucked up for her, because of the simple reason is that, from what I have been reading, is that the judge, this guy, Judge McAfee, said that whether a relationship existed, whether that relationship was romantic or non-romantic in nature when it formed, and whether it continues. And that's the only relevant, because of the combination with the question of existing and extent of the relationship, the personal benefit of that relationship. So what they saying, or what I'm kind of gathering what they saying, and I ain't no lawyer, so don't have, I ain't pretending to be. This is just me as a layman. I don't know for sure, but what I'm gathering is that the relationship really ain't no big deal. The problem is if there's been some type of financial gain from the relationship, as far as on the taxpayers, if they getting more money than what they supposed to be getting, so that's the whole thing. And how, what is the money being spent on when they are, trying to pursue this prosecution against Trump. So, the judge, again, his name is Judge McAfee, and he said that Thursday that Nathan Wade's former business partner, a gentleman by the name of Terrence Bradley, he gonna have to testify about certain things. And from his testimony, it should dictate if they gonna pursue the situation even further, or if they just gonna squash it at that point. I don't know specifically what that testimony might entail. Again, from what Fanni Willis was saying, and according to the paperwork of the guy Nathan Wade's divorce, they wasn't involved with each other at that time. She didn't start, wasn't messing with the gentleman at that time. And hey, when you doing a job, sometimes, especially when you're both single, office romances go on. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think that's the case there. They got wind of the situation. The Trump team did. The ex-wife of the dude is mad. You see, so, that's all it is. This is a bunch of theater. Hopefully the judge will go on and squash it. I hope dude ain't got much he could tell the judge about that situation, except that, hey, they wasn't messing with each other at the time. But hey, who knows? That's on. It may be ugly for her. That's the whole point of it, So the other thing, man, excuse me for that. The other thing, man, the Supreme Court, man, look like they might give old Donald Trump a win on that election situation where they trying to keep him off the ballot up in Colorado. The U.S. Supreme Court, especially old Clarence Uncle Ben Thomas, he asked some questions, and I kind of get the question that he was asking. It's one thing for the state to take off a state person, a person who is running for a state office. It's another thing for them to take off a person that's running for a national office like the president. That's a whole different ball game. You see, and if one state has the right to take a person off because they feel this way, then other states might feel another way about that their opponent, the opposite person, the Democrat that's running. So I get that situation, but Clarence Thomas, come on, man, for real. And I understand the reason why Denver, don't want him on there. It's because he did try to start an insurrection. He didn't try, he did start one. Let me correct myself. He did start one. You did. And the only reason why he for sure can't be said to have been involved in the insurrection is because them Secret Service agents kept his dumb ass from going down there. They should have let his ass go down there and get clapped up with the rest of them fools. You see, then they would have all the evidence necessary to say, yeah, he was the leader of that insurrection. He did bring in them Proud Boys to do that. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He brought them in. He led the insurrection. But because he didn't go down there, that, for me, that's the thing. You see, but I do still think he ain't fit to be president, and he shouldn't be able to run for president considering that he got all these cases over his head. You see what I'm saying? You can't run for dog catcher, and you got 91 motherfucking cases against you. You see, so come on, man. That's the bullshit there. Then I was checking out this story, and this kind of fucked me up. This down in Houston. Some sheriff deputies shot a woman 5 times, almost killed the woman and everything. It's on body cam. They don't want to give you the whole body cam footage. They only want to give you what they edited and everything. But it's on body cam. They went to this apartment complex because they got a report about somebody trying to break in something. They went to this particular unit, and it wasn't no problem there at the unit or whatever, but as the 2 officers was leaving, somebody in the apartment complex say, hey, somebody done broke in this particular apartment right around the corner, or whatever the case may be. They went to go investigate. They see that the window had been broken out. They see that the screen was taken out and the blinds open. So they proceed to do what they supposed to do, which is investigate. They go, they yell and let the people know, hey, sheriff's office, anyone in the place. They step back. Now this is all on body cam footage. So this particular woman starts to approach, and she got a gun in her hand. You hear the officer yell, "Somebody coming." Then you hear the officer say, "Gun," and both officers start to fire. Both officers empty their clip and then reload and continue to fire. Now they hit this woman 5 times. She's still alive. You see, but the dilemma is, we see a lot of this. A motherfucker coming at the police with hatchets, coming at the police with baseball bats, coming at the police with all kind of objects in their hand, and the police never fire on those white folks. You see, and no matter what a black person has in their hand, be it something they can have legally, which hasn't been determined yet, but the woman had the gun, you see, or be it something that they might be calling the police on, which is a cell phone. They can have the gun. She might have been able to have the gun legally. We don't know. But the point of it is that we've all seen it with our own eyes, that they'll sit up there and it's videotape what a person is attacking a cop. They don't pull out no taser. They don't pull out no gun. They don't do none of that. They basically sit up and wrestle and tussle until help gets there. It's been many a times where white folks have brandished a weapon and you hear the police jump back and they take their cover and they negotiate with the person. Put the weapon down. Put it down. You don't hear none of this on that video because it didn't happen. They shot first, asked question later. Come to find out the woman is in her friend's apartment with the authority to be there. Okay? She just didn't have the key and she went through the window to get in. You see? So, and anybody who protecting themselves and who has the right to carry a gun, you see what I'm saying? Hey, somebody coming into where I'm at, I'm going to make sure I got my firearm in my hand just in case. You see? So, her attorney is of course, being Crump. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you dig? I'm thankful the woman is okay. That's the big thing. Be thankful and the woman is okay. Because the show could have went ugly for her. It went ugly for her. It could have been worse than that. You see. They could be, talking about her in her eulogy. So we'll see how all of that turned out. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep y'all up on that one. Another thing, man, we gonna kind of flip the gears a little bit because, I always try to talk some, news, something of importance that has an effect on your life. But this, I'm gonna jump to a little entertainment situation here, man. And the thing of it is, the beefs that's in this industry nowadays, the entertainment industry, in particular, the beef that's in the comedic world. You got Cat Williams and Monique against everybody, just like we say in St. Louis, everybody. You see, hey, they against everybody up here. You see, they don't give a damn who they for real calling out. You see, now they on tour with each other. She done joined the Cat Williams tour, so them ticket sales are monstrous. They getting that money. You got Cat Williams for sure. You got Tori Hart, Kevin Hart ex-wife, and you got Monique. You see, so it's a whole lot of shit talking on that tour. And when they come to St. Louis, if we get blessed with that, hey man, I might have to think about getting me a ticket to the thing. You see what I'm saying? I know I can't pull no strings to get in on a different level, but I might have to go and grab a ticket and see what that's about. You see, so it's just fucked up, man. All this, you got them going against, like I said, you got Kat and Monique talking about Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey. And, you got Monique in particular calling out, Oprah and, Tyler Perry. Just all of that there. And I'm going to tell you for real, especially on the tip, when it comes to when the motherfucker has a effect on you making your money. You see what I'm saying? And you trying to feed your family. That bitterness does not go the fuck away. When you fuck with a person's family, and that includes trying to feed and clothe and house a person's family and fuck with their money for the family, that bitterness ain't going away. See, she could accept some apologies from, say, for instance, Charlemagne and the breakfast nuts. Whatever she called breakfast nuts. But the Breakfast Club nubs, that's what she called them, breakfast nubs. You dig? She can accept that. Because, a motherfucker come in and didn't know what they was talking about. Or said she was wrong for saying what she was talking about. And then when more people come out of years later and confirm basically what she had been saying years ago, then you see what I'm saying? Do the right thing. Go ahead and apologize to that woman. You see what I'm saying? Her and this DL thing, that's some ugly shit. That's some personal shit. You see, all the shots that they taking at each other, be it DL at her and her husband, or her husband specifically on shit about her taking care of her man, or whatever the case may be, that man serves his purpose for her. The same as DL's wife serves her purpose for him. You see what I'm saying? So, all of that there, straight up, y'all need to cut that. That shit need to stop. That there need to stop. You see, so I hope either they can have a one-on-one or a one-on-two conversation, because DL and Monique's husband need to have a conversation for sure. And not no trying to get all swole up in the chest. Have a conversation. You see. Then Monique and DL need to have a conversation and move on from that shit there. And even if y'all can't do no working together, like DL say he'll never do anything with Monique again and all of that, let it be what it is. But cut that other bullshit out. Then you got motherfucking Mike Epps and Shannon Sharp, with they stuff. Shannon talking about coming up on Mike Epps. Mike Epps talking about he ain't talking about no boxing. He about that thing. Everybody know what he was talking about. And motherfuckers talking about, oh, Mike, he was a boxer, he been to prison and all of that. Yeah, all that and whoop-de-whoop. Don't no motherfucker know. I get it. Motherfuckers make jokes all the time. You see what I'm saying? I remember back in the day, motherfuckers used to joan on me. I joan on the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? I see some motherfuckers nowadays. I don't in particularly go. I might make a comment to myself or to somebody close that's close with me. You know, look at these motherfuckers. Just like up in the store, I made a comment about the staff up in the store. You see, some motherfuckers found it funny, some didn't. You dig? I made the comment about they staff of women look suspect, and they walking around with their boxers showing. You see, should I tell them to pull their pants up? You know, because that, as being a man, that's what men should be doing. We shouldn't be walking around with our pants sagging. Pull your pants up. So if you gonna imitate a motherfucking man as an OG, you see, as somebody who been in the game, in this worldly game for 57 moons, 57 trips, you see what I'm saying? Hey, should not be able to tell her or him, pull your pants up, put your belt on. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and every motherfucker talking about these comedians doing these, you know, putting on dresses and all that shit, and who gay and who not gay, and you know, this motherfucker, how he, you know, using this, and he's the new Oprah, meaning Shannon or whatever, he's the internet Oprah, and all of this bullshit. Man, come on. Shannon called an interview that's got him really paid. But that brother was getting his shit in from the get-go. That brother had money. Motherfuckers acting like for real this money new. That boy he come from having straight up nothing out where the flies sitting on the motherfucking outhouse toilet waiting on them to come out there and shit. He come from nothing. So do you think when he got some money, that he spent money? No. When he was getting them football checks, you can believe Shannon Sharp was stacking that money, because motherfuckers who ain't had it, once you get it, if you been tight before, once you get it, you really gonna be tight. Oh yeah, you gonna get your few luxury items. You might buy a big house. You might buy a nice car. You might get those few luxury items, but overall, you planning on keeping that money because you don't know for sure what the fuck the future entails, because life ain't been that good to begin with. So you gonna try to hold on to it as much as possible. Everybody become Scrooge McDuck once they get some motherfucking money, except the nigga, the dope man. The dope man don't, more than likely, because of the fact he got to get rid of that money. He can't. It's only so many ways, and you got to know the right people to be able to watch that shit serious. So, you know, that's the only motherfucker out here that's throwing money away. Everybody else is trying to hold on to it. Shit. You know, but yeah, man, overall, with that, man, excuse me. With that, I mean, I hate to see them going at each other like that. You know, serious. You dig? But when you talking about a motherfucker money and feeding their family, you see, and I mean, serious. You know, and when it comes to family, you got family that's important to you, and you got family that you don't give a fuck about. You see, and if somebody playing with, you got people that's important to you, and somebody playing with your money, hey, you will tend to say shit, want to get ugly in the face, want to swell up in the chest. and all of that. Want to get your motherfucking issue on. Go looking for a mofo. When the motherfuckers say about looking for a mofo, they for real about pulling up. That don't mean that shit always gonna go down. Like I say, I don't believe the shit gonna go down between Mike and Shannon. They'll see each other in Indianapolis. I truly believe that because that's Mike's hometown, and that's where the NBA thing is. That's where the All-Star game is. And you know Shannon gonna be there. So, and everybody it might even be shit. Fuck around, Michael Jordan been pulled both of them niggas to the side and told them something. You see? And they come up out that motherfucker hugged up, drinking a beer or something together. Talking about going on the show. On Club Shay Shay, some shit. So, man, come on, man. Y'all cut that bullshit out, man. Making it seem like, it's gonna go down. Shannon ain't gonna do shit but talk and swell up. And Mike ain't gonna do shit cause don't neither one of them niggas wanna lose their careers. They getting too much motherfucking money. Mike don't want to tell no jokes in jail. He don't make no motherfucking money in jail. Ask Suge. And he ain't got no jokes to tell. You see, and Shannon Show ain't trying to go to jail. He got too much going on shit. This motherfucker clocking in probably around about 15 million a motherfucking month. Who finna, you think a motherfucker gonna waste that on? You see, so come on, fellas. Y'all move on from that just like I'm finna move on from this topic. So, the other thing, congrats to them Kansas City Chiefs, of course. We do that even in St. Louis. We do that. You see, we wear that. You did, we represent. You did. So, but congratulations to them boys. Y'all know that score 25-22. Chiefs over the motherfucking San Francisco 49ers. You dig? Very good, exciting game, I must say. And I ain't watched the Super Bowl in years. I watched that one. I gotta say it was a good game. You see what I'm saying? I think where it all went bonkers is when they didn't score on that big catch and run by McCaffrey when he got knocked out of bounds. And they ended up with only 3 points. And that was at the end of the game. I don't care about the block field goal or nothing. That was important, don't get me wrong. The ball bouncing off an old boy's foot on that punt. That's the luck. That's the luck and the bounce of the ball. Okay? You dig all of that. That was the play for me. McCaffrey play. You dig? And them not getting 7 points out of that. If they'd have got 7 out of that, I think that'd have been different. They'd have ended up winning. Once they didn't do that, and you, come on, man, that's Patrick. That's Patrick, man. Come on. You see, that's Patrick Mahomes, man. And I don't give a damn if you ain't got nothing but you cannot give him no minutes on no clock, no couple of minutes. You can't give him a minute and 30 seconds. Anything up, you gotta have that clock down to 30 seconds when you get that ball back. You see, but they still had the opportunity long as they couldn't have the ball because of the rule of the overtime. You see what I'm saying? So, and for them to do that play, what was it called, corn dog? I don't eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's a hell of a motherfucking play. You see, and I remember when they did it against Miami, and they ran it on both sides of the ball, and they scored on both times. That's a hell of a play. And you didn't see it none that game until it was necessary. And to do it with 1 second left on the clock, let's come on, man. So big ups to KC, man, and people down there in KC. You know, I know they gonna kick it for their parade, you know, because we do it big down here in St. Louis when we win our titles. You dig? So, Giannis and the Bucks, man, they put a whoop. I ain't gonna say a whooping, but they made a statement against the Denver Nuggets and Jokic. They let them know, hey, you know, we come together, you know. So we gonna see what type of run these Bucks go on. You know, it seemed like Doc might, you know, him and the team might finally have that cohesiveness of coach and team with each other. So, cause I sure didn't expect them to be playing the D on the way they did on Denver last night. They played D on them boys. You see what I'm saying? So big ups to them boys. Hopefully, you know, hey, we'll see how it all go down. You dig? I know that it's a big possibility they ain't gonna be representing the East. It's gonna be Boston, but you never know what might happen. Cause again, if the Bucks start feeling themselves, it's a possibility that they will end up beating them Boston Celtics. So, hey, it ain't beyond them, that's for sure. If I'm not mistaken, that's who they beat to win the title before. So, it ain't beyond the situation. You know, some y'all might not know. Real talk. Who appeared in the most All-Star games ever? Real easy. You know, it's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. And I ain't talking about Mike. I'm talking about GOAT James. GOAT James, baby. Ain't nobody appeared in more All-Star games than him. He just eclipsed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, for another thing, you know, he took that scoring title from him with that fade away. I remember the shot because I called it before it happened. I'm telling you, I called it before it happened. Everybody was talking about what he was going to win, to get that title, take it over. And I called it. And that boy did that fade, turn around, fade away. Boop. Got him. So again, he just eclipsed Kareem. He the all-time leader for appearing in All-Star games. So y'all get it with the program. Let's go, James. Let's go, James. Okay? So, the other thing, you know, talk a little bit about me and the story. Some of my family's connection to Tiger Woods. So, some years ago, I happened to be listening turned on the radio, got in the car. I don't even know how many years ago. Shit, man, this is a while ago. At this time, on the radio in the morning was the syndicated radio show, Tom Joyner Radio Show. That was before Ricky Smiley took over and everything for, you know, folks who probably ain't up on that. So I'm listening to the Tom Joyner morning show, and I'm hearing this story about how someone used Tiger Woods' identity, stole Tiger Woods' identity and everything, And I heard the name, but I ain't pay no attention to it, you know. Matter of fact, I don't even think they mentioned his name, you know, but they mentioned Tiger Woods' name. And they were talking about the guy being convicted for it, stealing Tiger Woods' identity. So, again, I ain't trip off the name so much if they mentioned it. I don't recall if Tom now mentioned it. So later that day, if not that next day, I'm watching Sports Center. And up in the corner of Sports Center, you know, they talking about Tiger Woods and this identity theft thing. So, in the corner of this Sports Center commentary, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Stuart Scott who was doing, and again, I may be forgetting, but you know, because of course they ran it multiple times, so it was multiple Sports Center announcers probably talking about the story when they segments came up. But if I'm not wrong, Stuart Scott was doing it at the time, and he mentioned his name, Anthony Lamar Taylor. And in the corner above Stuart Scott's head, you know, was this picture. And I'm looking at this picture and I kind of get in there. I'm like, damn. I say, Anthony Lamar Taylor. I say, that look like my motherfucking cousin. I say, what? So I immediately jump on the phone. I call another relative, another cousin. I don't fuck with him now, but you know, it's been so long since I have fucked or even seen my cousin Tony. Really hadn't seen him since we was little. I'm talking about little, cause they moved out of St. Louis and moved up to California. You dig? So anyway, I called one of the cousins in St. Louis who I was rolling with at the time. I called him. I said, hey man, I just seen motherfucking Sports Center episode and I heard this shit on the radio the other day. And I see Tony done got convicted for stealing Tiger Woods' motherfucking identity. So my cousin tells me the shit was true. You know, now from what I heard, and you know, the cousin that told me about it, or you know, kind of gave me some more information. Apparently, he got caught up. They raided a relative's house. This nigga had a couple of cars in Tiger Woods' name. He had maybe a house. I'm not sure. But if I'm not mistaken, all this shit was supposed to be in Arizona. It wasn't in California. He had all this shit registered in Arizona or some shit like that. You dig? But the initial crime took place in California. Now, mind you, this nigga already was on a two-strike situation. Okay? So, when he did this motherfucking thing with Tiger Woods, and this what really caught me about the topic when they was talking about it on the radio and even on Sports Center. Again, I wasn't even paying attention to the picture for a second, but when they said how much time he was given for that motherfucking you stealing Tiger Woods' identity, he was given like 300 bones. 300 racks. 300 racks. You see, Tiger Woods supposedly had testified at the trial, and from what I heard, when he testified, they asked him some questions along the lines of, did he own a Lexus car or something like that? And, he said no, he drive Buicks because he was being endorsed by Buick at the time. They asked him, did he own a house in Arizona or something? He said no, he don't own no house there, whoop-de-whoop. You dig? He asked about some other stuff that was supposedly purchased using his name, and then when my cousin got convicted, you see, from what I heard and from even what the reports were, Tiger Woods supposedly asked the judge not to sentence him to no 300 years. You see, because he didn't feel as though the sentence fit the crime. Okay? So, anyway, Anthony Lamar Taylor got 300 years. Now, later down the line, through appeals and stuff like that, they dropped it down to 200 at one time, if I believe I'm correct. Then they got rid of the law of the 3 strike, where it was convicting people for non-violent crimes and shit, cause they was giving a motherfucker 150 years for eating a Snicker. He stole a motherfucking Snickers bar. So my people was able to fall up under all of those new guidelines. And they ended up giving him so many years, and then he's out on the street right now. He doing better as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't fuck with him. I remember when we was little. You see what I'm saying? You dig it? I've always heard and believed they said motherfucking leopard don't change his spots. God damn it, he got a lot of spots. So, I remember when Tiger Woods came to St. Louis for a golf tournament, a local golf golf course. I wanted to go. I started by one of my relatives who happened to be a cop. He told me don't do it because now this was after everything was done, but even I guess during appeals or whatever, it's best not to say something to a witness or whatever. You see what I'm saying? He was like, nah, man, because I wanted to apologize to Tiger, because I know my motherfucking grandmother, especially, who raised Tony for real. You see, she wasn't about that shit. You see what I'm saying? That nigga just was that way. You see, he fucked up individual. Again, I don't know if he that way now. You dig? I ain't hollered at him last time I talked to him and seen him. You know what I'm saying? Another relative who ain't shit. Them two chum booties. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I just wanted to hit y'all with that. You see what I'm saying? That's my family's connection to Tiger Woods. My cousin is the one that stole Tiger Woods' identity. Check it out. Oh, it's on YouTube. You see, you can Google the shit. Real talk. So again, from St. Louis, it's your boy, the average nobody, broadcasting on At You TV. We out of here. Peace.